Hi Libra, I hope you're doing well. Okay, we have some fantastic cards in here. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. The King of Swords. Okay, underneath we have the Page of Cups and the Temperance card. And the Eight of Swords and the two. Okay, I'll stop here. I feel this energy in here too. The King of Swords was on the bottom. Underneath was the Page of Cups, the Temperance card, the Eight of Swords, and the Two of Coins. This is a mind at work for sure. But I will say with the King of Swords coming up here on the top of this, you can always learn new things from people, regardless of how much you think you have it figured out. Be open enough to hear what other people have to say. And the King of Cups, I can't help but mention the Page of Cups underneath it, because this is kind of the dynamic of the twist of fate that was coming. If you haven't watched that video, I would suggest you watch it, because I think it's just a twist of fate that really challenges the things that you knew. And this is the perfect alignment that would scream exactly this, right? That there are areas of your life, regardless of who you are, that can change, right? Regardless of how confident you are, you can still be baffled by things. You can still, even though you don't mention it, you could still be fearful of things, or your mind could play tricks on you, or, but you can always teach old dogs new tricks, is kind of where I'm going with that. So be open to things that show up in different ways. They may not be your way. It may be something different, but be open to it. And I would really suggest you be open to it, especially in this reading, because you've got a lot of alliances coming your way. And I think that you're going to have to balance them, because the Eight of Swords is a very, very creative card. They show it like this because this is like the madness that goes on the inside, right? But this is one of the most creative cards in the deck. The problem is that it is usually distracted by too many things. It's too many balls in the air, so to speak, right? So with that said, let's get on with your reading. Okay, and on the bottom there you have the Hangman. So your perspective on something changes drastically, I feel. Okay, we come in with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Coins. Something is crossing your path here. It'll probably be something from, a distance, or someone will be not where you're at, or it'll be some kind of correspondence, via email or text or something like that. But you get a hand here from someone. I think it's an expansion on something. So this could be something you see and you want to explore, and someone from the company calls you back and you really hit it off, and they're willing to help you do something here. You're expanding on something that you are laying a foundation for a long term. You're kind to sow something to reap later. Okay. In the back, you've got the Seven of Coins. This is a card too of growing something long term. It's seeding something for the future. So you are trying to align yourself here with something. And this reading really does speak of alliances in your life, strong alliances in your life, expanding your life. You've got ideas here and you are moving with them. There's an acceptance here somewhere from somebody, or you're forming alliances in this reading that are really going to pull you forward here. Underneath the reading, you've got the Three of Wands. This is a card that you've got ideas, you're focused, partnerships come in, you're trying to finagle something here with that Three of Wands. The wheels are turning there, because above the reading, what's in your mind is the Two of Wands. And this is already saying, I kind of got an idea here. I have you're uncumbering something here too. You've got alliances around you that are wealthy, and these can show up in ways of business alliances. They can show up in ways of romantic alliances. They can show up in different forms for different people. We have going forward right in front of you is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a card of change. It's a chart. It's a fated change because it's outside of your control, right? This is a cycle that you're moving to or moving through. So how you handle change will depend upon, I would encourage you to embrace these things because you've got really great cards coming up here. I think that you are also, though, dealing with patterns where you either shoot yourself in the foot mentally, like you borrow trouble, I should say, where it doesn't need to be. Okay. So I would say maybe put that on the table, be really, pragmatic, be focused. This is not a time, and you don't have, okay, we have one cup card in here, and it's the Two of Cups. Your emotions are really, really focused here. They're not over the moon. So you're making very rational, focused, thought out, clear decisions for yourself and what you want your life to look like. There's a creative energy in here too, where you'll find ways to do things. You've got courage in here. Okay. Now you in here, here's the Two of Swords. This is a card of a mind at peace, unless you let it overpower you and you borrow trouble where it doesn't need to be. There's no trouble in this reading. I would encourage you to not do that. There's a lot of firepower in here. There's a lot of drive. I would say just really keep your focus on where you need to be and don't get sidetracked by anything. The Wheel of Fortune coming in here is saying it's going to align the change for you. So don't sleep on opportunities that present themselves, right? Strike up a conversation with someone in the coffee shop, or you overhear something and you realize that there's someone in a business that you're wanting to go in. You know what I mean? Just pull their ear aside for a second and just ask them, whatever, strike up a, hey, could I talk to you about something? Or, things like that, because this is definitely an alliance. And again, that Six of Coins is a perfect mind for a perfect body. It's someone that is in alignment with something. So the Knight of Wands could be someone really helping you with something, right? You're building something here for later. You're not doing something for the now. So your plans are long term. So there's a peace in this, I feel, through this reading, and it's a strong one. For the people around you, you've got the Two of Cups. Okay, these are people that see eye to eye on things. It's a 2, so it's a beginning. So you're going to need to set the pace here, right? It's just the beginning, but that's all you're really looking for. I would say here with that and the Wheel of Fortune, and then your hopes and fears, you've got the Strength card here. And the outbound card, you've got the Nine of Swords. This is why I'm saying you don't need to borrow trouble here. Why would you do this to yourself? This is peaceful, right? With the Nine of Swords, we just get in there. And we've got to have the courage to lasso that mind. The Nine of Swords is a fantastic business card. You're sharp as attack with the Nine of Swords. It's, it's the when your head hits the pillow at night that you replay the disasters that could be. They're not here. Okay. I want to say with these two cards here, they really speak volumes. If you're a man, this is a woman in your corner who is very strong and supportive, and it's a great counterpart for you. If you're a woman in this reading, this is saying these are parts of you that you need to that you've got at your disposal here to use. Okay, so that's what it's got. It's a internal kind of strength here in that Strength card, and it's rock solid. It will move mountains. That's the card to me that shows up, and it's a card that reminds me that women have been getting crap done for thousands of years, and they're not screaming from the rafters. It's just an internal resolve, and you just do it. You just do the thing, and that's what it is. So if you're a man, you've got a woman in your corner like this. If you are a woman, this is what you're made of, my dear. So there you go. And with the Two of Cups and that card, that's a great, you may meet someone that you just click with instantly. And I would say keep the tempo with that. Don't rush through things with that. But it could come out of left field. Like you could be working on something. You could meet someone too, like you're doing something financial or in another area of your life, and you're not at all thinking about a romantic relationship. You're focused on something else. And this person ends up being something more than just that. It could be like some kind of liaison somewhere that you meet up with. The Knight of Wands in here is a card of also something moving, right? It's like it could be a move of your home. It could be moving somewhere. And I can't discount the six of, you've got cards around here that say you've got people in your corner. So whatever area of your life you're trying to fill in here with another person, in whatever area that is for you, you've got cards in here that say that it's here. You've just got to be in tune with these things. But again, I think that something really just, I don't want to say sweeps you off your feet, but I think it's like you find something that you weren't even looking for. And I think it shows up because you're just not in need of it. It just shows up. And that's what I think is happening here. You've got wealthy business alliances in here. So you could be building a business for the long term. You could be saving for the long term. You're investing something in here within yourself. You've got a lot of cards that speak of partnerships, alliances, business potentials, successful business dealings. And you're involved in them. They're not something that is for someone else. You're involved in this. So if this isn't where you're at yet, it's coming. Because the 7 is what's coming into October. So this is, you're aware of where you've been putting your energy. Is it paying off? Do I want to build on this? Do I want to start something different? The wheels are already turning with that. And then when the month shows up, you've got it here. You've got it here moving. Right? So that's what it is. It could be you helping someone or someone helping you with this too, but there are alliances is the theme through this reading. And the 2 of Wands up here, someone crosses your path or something crosses your path that you are going to pull into your life that helps you get where you're going. And again, this is like, you feel this in your soul, like you feel this in your bones. This is something that and it could be, you've got 2 2s. These are alliances in here. And given that the King of Swords is on the bottom with the Page of Cups, you're opening yourself up to new things, to different ways of thinking about things. The balancing act is here. And like I said, this is one of the most creative cards in the deck. Your mind is like a tack here. The thing is, it's too much energy where it makes you kind of like nervous sometimes. You've got 1 cup card in here, and I was going to, with these coin cards, I always look for the cups because they'll balance that energy out. You've got 1 in here and it's a 2. So it's kind of like only going to dim you down a little bit. So we don't want the nervous energy to overflow and you want to keep things going. So I'm mentioning that because you go out with the 9 of Swords. There's no need for this. Just make things easy for yourself and don't borrow trouble because there's none to be bought here. Okay, you're on it. You've got the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands. The wheels are turning here. You've got the idea. You've got the motion. You've got the momentum. You've got the people around you. You've got the plan. You're moving it forward. You've got the strength, literally. And if you don't, the people around you that care for you, they do. The 2 of Cups is a nice card. This will feel natural to you. There's a natural feeling with that 2 of Cups. It's a 2, so it has to be nurtured, right? So temper this again, because the thread through here is you're aligning yourself for something long term. This is sowing something to reap later. So there's no burn through the building kind of energy here. These are lower wand cards. So go slower, set the tempo there. The Temperance card showed up here in this as well. The Temperance card, right? We want to go slow here. We want to set boundaries here. You're building something new. And I think with this, you're really just setting a different precedent here for what it is that you're doing. And again, you come in with the 7. You don't want to overtax yourself here. You don't want something to go too far. You want to pace this, right? And there's no rush because it's a long-term sustainability kind of thing you're looking for. Again, with the 7 coming in here, right? Coming into this month, 7s are cards that if you have during October any kind of hiccup in anything, this is a card, it's a straight and narrow card. If you're not seeing something going the certain way, it only goes one way, a 7, and it's something that will show up in the material. So it'll be something physical that you're doing that is kinking this up. So just change something physical that you're doing. It's nothing internal, right? It's nothing that your mind, even with these cards, could do. This is something physical that you'll need to alter a little bit. And again, with that 7, it's like, is this successful in this way? Do we need to pull it somewhere else? Do we need to, your mind is sifting through how to make it most prosperous for you. And you will, because this again is a very, very creative mind here. He knows exactly, this card knows exactly what it's doing, has its boundaries in place, knows when to put its foot on the gas and when to put its foot on the brake. This is an adventure here that you're on. And that's what I've got. I think it's fantastic. It definitely aligns with the Aries reading. So I would say check that one out, see what's coming here. And that's what I've got. The 9 of Swords, and you being a Libra, I'm going to say to you, don't borrow trouble. We're not looking for perfection here either. So let things be good enough and know when something is done. Like at the end of the day, let it be done. Find a done time and let it be done. Because Libras tend to just like, they will just keep going and keep going and keep going. But then you blow past what was done and what was appropriate at done, and you kind of ruin it at the 12th hour. So don't do that. Just leave it be. Know what your boundaries are. Know what your limits are. Watch your energies here. Okay. That's what I've got. So if you're thinking of pulling something in a different direction, there are going to be things, I'm not going to lie, this month with an eclipse that are going to, not be, I don't think they're going to be negative things, but not everything will be on your radar. So again, if something comes along, and that's why I'm saying this, if something comes along and it just throws something off a little bit, be okay sifting a little bit, because this card, if it's not positioned correctly, will show you right in the material world where something needs to change. A business plan, an alliance, where you live, what you're doing, what you're investing in it, where to not invest something in it, right? Where the gold mine is and where it's not. You'll know all of this. And there's momentum in here, so there's not going to be stagnation. So seize these things when they come up. Okay, that's what I've got. I hope that I helped you in some way.